We look at the 4 years that they have with us here as a massive time in their life where we're able to shape that. We're able to shape that character. From a playing standpoint, obviously for us, it's looking to push players to their highest levels. If we can give players the tool within their own framework that they can find ways to succeed at those next level and go further than they've ever gone. Whatever that element is for that player, that's what we want to give them, is that tool set that they can succeed. That's where we feel we can make the biggest impact on those players.
You can have all the bells and whistles, but the people still drive. The people still drive the program. We have people here that love the game and have your kid's best interest at heart. And I think for me, I would want to know that. I want to know why you're here, why you're doing what you're doing. And I think the why comes from a really good place, and it's always about supporting the athlete and doing what's best for the athlete. That's how we make our decisions, is what's best for the athlete, how can we prepare them better for life.
Over time, we really see our athletes develop in things such as strength, power, movement quality. We see their stride improve. We have tests to support that our methods are working and having a beneficial impact. Most importantly though, I think we see their habits improve. We see how they conduct themselves on a day-to-day basis, how they enter the gym, how they warm up, how they prepare, how they recover. They start asking about nutrition. And that's what really matters. For us to see that growth in a relatively short amount of time it's exciting, it's motivating.
We don't claim to be the experts in every field. We want to have experts in every field. So if we're doing skill development, we're doing it with professional skill development coaches. If we're doing goalie developments with professional goalie development coaches. We leave our education up to the professionals at the Pembina Trail School Division, and we support them with that. I think the biggest thing we can offer is a full slate of resources where we do try and bring in the best and offer the best in all different aspects of their careers.
The idea is always the well-being for the students and the family, right? To look after that piece. We want them to actualize all their potentials and their hopes and dreams. The RINK is 100% committed to support the academic agenda of the student athletes. As they represent themselves, they represent the RINK, and they also represent Shaftesbury as well, and we are supportive of that work.
When we send an athlete onto a higher level, we really hope that other organizations understand that, yeah, that's a RINK Hockey Academy athlete. That's a well-prepared individual who knows what they need to do on a daily basis to succeed.
Well, this place is a dream, any hockey player's dream. From the minute you enter the building, you're encountered by professional staff. Everybody's in a professional full-time position. So they're coming in every day and they're preparing for those players to arrive. Then once you get past that and you start to look at all the different areas, the facility they have access to, they've got a 120 by 60 training sheet, which challenges them in different ways and different elements from skill development standpoint. Goalies have the goalie pad specific to goalies, goalie training. Got a full sheet that now allows you to work at team tactics, allows you to take some of the skills, training you've done, apply it there. And then you've got your off-ice element with the access to equipment that you have up there and the science behind everything you're doing. So basically when you walk in the door here, you're walking in the door and you have every element of your training, progression as a player covered by professionals that do it every day. And there's a huge advantage to that for every player, every parent that comes here. There's no comparison to someone that does it every single day over and over. And that's what you get here when you walk in the doors.
The facility is super unique. The level of integration and communication, the quality of care, the quality of program delivery, the quality of coaching, it's top-notch here. I think having all these specialists in their respective field is just going to allow for a higher quality of program delivery and progression for these athletes. Nobody's really wearing multiple hats per se, and people are able to deliver a product that they're really good at delivering.
You want to talk about having all the resources at your fingertips? This is a place. It's all centralized. There's programs out there that you've got to go from A to B to C to get what you're going to get here. It's a one-stop. Okay, so you come in the building, you can get everything from nutrition to your strength and conditioning. You have people that are working on the psychological part of the game that come to this building. Okay, you have people that are here for mental health. You name it, it's all here under this roof, and it comes here to you. The biggest thing is that the kids come in and they own that, right? You've got to apply yourself. You can have everything here and not do anything about it. The second thing is the professional structure and the setup. So there's professional hockey teams that don't have everybody on site in the same building every day. It is a really rare setup, especially at this level, to have all the people that we have here in your corner.
Shaftesbury High School is the host school for the RHA program and for our student athletes. And we look after the academic programming. And from grade 9 to grade 12, we have a dedicated academic advisor to work with all RHA student athletes. And we keep track of, for example, credit acquisition to make sure from grade 9 to 12, there's a clear path to graduation with 30 credits and all the compulsory courses that's needed. We make sure the academic programming is appropriate for them to reach the next stage.
One of my favorite parts about the academic experience is that it needs to be compartmentalized. When they're in school, they're in school. When they're in hockey, they're in hockey. They've got to learn how to be the best in academics when they're in academics. So it's a life management skill.
A majority of the top end players are going to pool in our league, right? So you're going to have to be on every game. You know, I think a lot of the players that come through the program are looking to get drafted, right, in the WHL. Our advantage is we get to see the other players that they're being compared against in Saskatchewan and Alberta and BC, right? So if I think, you know, I'm a pretty good player here in Manitoba, well, okay, let's go see how I compare against the guys in Alberta or BC and Saskatchewan. These are the guys that I'm fighting with for a draft spot. So what do I have to do to either catch up to them or stay ahead of them, or, you know, how am I going to separate myself? So they get the advantage of seeing what those guys maybe are doing during a game, and maybe they have to tweak their game, or we can help them kind of figure out what exactly it is they need to do.
The competition level is very high. We're playing the best of the best in each province, and that's just great for our players to see what that next level is. The younger ones get to see what they can strive to be, and the older ones understand what the next level is going to look like in university. So they don't have as much as a gap once they move forward in their hockey career. Each showcase weekend, we will go out and play or have all the teams from our league at one location. From a scouting perspective, that means they get to watch 12 teams in one weekend. Each weekend counts. Each weekend you want to perform well, because then you're going to play better competition. When you go and you play a 3-3 in the CSSHL, if you want to win those games, you have to earn those wins. You are pushed every time you play a game in our league, which is the best part of it, is that the competition is so high, the kids are being pushed. They need to be pushed every weekend in order to improve.
We treat them almost like pros. We expect a lot from them, and they deliver. We want to make sure that we're developing the people and not just the hockey players. So we have coaches for the mental side of the game. We'll do nutrition, we'll do sleep. So they're getting a lot more than just hockey related. It's a wide array of learning that goes on for the players. Even if they stop playing hockey, they can take that forward. Little things like that just to, you know, kickstart their learning curve on that personal side.
The people that are working in this facility, you know, everyone is super knowledgeable in their area of whatever they're doing. So I'm not going to worry about what they're doing in the gym. I trust what's happening in the gym, right? For the skill side, we're going to talk about what we think it is, but how they're teaching it is the same way I would teach it, right? And I think it's good for the players to have a different voice coming at them all the time. It's just a really nice working relationship that runs very smooth. And if we have to tweak something based on what we saw in the past weekend, they're always, you know, able to accommodate whatever it is we need to do.
When they initially come to us, we're really focused on profiling these athletes, which is essentially just identifying weaknesses. So what are the major factors that may be holding this athlete back? And then from there, we can identify a program, implement an intervention, and hopefully see those factors improve. Obviously, the entire goal of everything that we do here is transfer to the ice, optimizing performance. For us within the gym, optimizing performance looks a little different from other areas of the academy. We're focused on the longer term development of these athletes, ensuring that they have adequate movement capacities, quality movement skills in sport-specific ways that are going to transfer on the ice or give them an edge in certain situations. The other big thing with Intensify, we always say availability is the best ability. Yes, we're trying to optimize performance, but at the end of the day, we need to ensure that these athletes are healthy, they feel good, and we're not giving them either too much too fast or bringing them down too fast. We need to ensure that we're giving them the correct dosages at the correct times over the correct time periods.
On both the goaltending and player development side, every session we try and approach it in a way that we can teach players the responsible skills. And by that, what I mean is having the ability that they can take those skills and directly apply them into a game. For us, our job as professionals is to now take that and break those elements down into the key skills that players need to have in order to succeed in that system. One of the biggest things that we've worked to do is create integration between the on and the off ice programming. Having our skills coaches be up in the gym, seeing the movements, giving feedback to the off ice coaches on, well, that does or that doesn't apply to really how we would do it on the ice. And then same thing for the off ice coaches, being able to jump on the ice, hearing how we teach, using the same language. So now as a player, we're looking to create that integration where a player leaves the ice, goes upstairs, hears the same language. They're doing the same movements in the gym that they were just working on the ice. And really for us, that's been the biggest progression that we've made moving to this facility, is having a team of professionals both on and off ice that are working together to find ways for players to understand and then master those skills. Because if you can do it on the ice, but you can't do it in the gym and vice versa, it's going to be very hard to make that skill come together and transfer it into a game. So basically it's that ability to bring those two together correctly.
They're coming into this program, we're not only as much as they want the hockey development, it's way more than that. And I think the fact that we have people in this building that care about the person and that are trying to build better people. When you come into our program, we're looking to get you better in a lot of different ways outside of the game, right? So we're trying to build into your life, not just into your hockey career.
Just wish that the girls that come into this program keep pushing those limits, pushing those kind of norms that we already have and keep pushing past them. And I think with what we have here at this program and with just the girls' determination, that is what we're going to see.
Probably the biggest thing that excites our side is when a player does something and you see them do it. They couldn't do it yesterday and all of a sudden they do it. And you look 4 years down the road and it's part of their game.
Essentially, our main goal is to identify where their weaknesses are and then eliminate those weaknesses.
You have your kids every night. You're not jumping from rink to rink. It's all at one location. If you're a hockey player, this is where you want to be.